hopefuls, and we are back on ESO with the Morrowind edition that was recently released at the beginning of June. And as you can tell, there have been some serious changes since the last time I streamed this. So, in part two, we went and investigated. We learned that Vivek was losing his power, and the reason being from a ritual, a weapon, and a potential culprit. So, we're gonna have to figure out all of that stuff before Lord Vivek dies. And last time I played, and you guys noticed, I was level 4, running around as a dark elf. I am now level 19. And yeah, it's been a couple of days, and honestly, I've just been going out doing quests, not in Vardenfall, but out in the rest of Tamriel. So that's why my level's so high. And I figured it would be better to have a little bit of a higher level. It'd make it a little more challenging for me. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. And we need to talk to the old man hater over here. We need to talk to Tarvis. So that's what we're going to do.
After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodala has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivek. Not exactly. But now that we're certain the affliction isn't natural, we can pursue a proper solution. I suspect we'll need Chodala's staff. How the Ashlander got his hands on Sothasil's tool and turned it into a weapon, I have no idea. Chodala won't hand over the staff, and trying to take it could lead to a war we can't afford to wage. I suggest you go to Ald'Ruhn and talk to his sister, Seth.
Okay, so it has been officially announced that Chalada, which was the culprit that we were investigating about the last time, is the one that's siphoning Lord Vivek's power. And as of right now, there is a eruption about to take place from Red Mountain too. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and make this our... There we go. We're gonna make this our main quest so that way we can focus on it. I could have shifted through the D-pad, but I didn't want to do that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and head on down this way. There is a lady over here too that is trying to talk to me. I don't know who she is or what she's about, so maybe we'll go ahead and chat her up, see what she has to say. Oh, she's gone. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, she's gone. I don't know where she went. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and head off this way and see what we have to return back to the place that we were at. Where's that at? Pretty sure it's close to Red Mountain though, isn't it? Oh no, I guess we'll just follow and see where we're supposed to go. And as you guys can tell on the map, I have explored a vast amount of Vardenfall off camera, just because I wanted to be sure I knew where I was going and stuff and wouldn't get lost. So that's a thing. And I think, yeah, I think once we get there, we'll be back. Okay, you guys, so we made it back, and it looks like there's a random guy just standing down here, so maybe we'll talk to him too and see what he has to say.
Fellow outside. Drelleth Hileron of House Redoran at your service, though I doubt I'll be very useful here. This is Ashlander. I'm researching for my family's ancestral tomb, you see. My research led me here, to Ald'Ruhn. It's hard to believe, but I think my family may have settled here. Unfortunately, yes. I wonder if we might aid each other. Despite my missteps, I do know a great deal about Ashlander culture. I could, first, pay respect. Part of the ritual, the annual... You're a Dunmer? Yes. I discovered a tablet. The tribes gather here every year.
Okay. We'll worry about him later. But for now, our focus is to talk to Chalada's sister. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry. I don't want to fight anybody, but it looks like that might happen. I feel like she could be hiding over here somewhere. Nope. Who are you?
If you come to pay your respects to the first Ashkan, we sing the truth because we do.
Outlander, quickly! This way!
I'm so stuck. This is dumb. Why do we have structures like this in ESO? Okay. There she is.
I've been thinking about my brother's claim that he's the Nerevarine since we last spoke. No matter how I try, the word tastes false on my brother is respected and revered. He has allies in all of the tribes, not to mention his personal Red Exiles. We have to proceed with caution. We talked to my brother, tried to convince him this isn't the way. Barring that, we make sure the wise woman doesn't get drawn into his madness. Whatever Chodala says or does, don't attack him. We don't need a war between the houses and the Ashlanders.
Okay, so we
wise
need to
woman.
convince the wise
I
woman
was hoping
this
she'd
guy
be
is
here.
crazy.
You're too late, dear sister. Despite your protestations, the wise woman has gone to the cave of the incarnate to confirm my claim.
Brother, do you really want to pursue this dangerous course?
There was a time when you gave me your unconditional support, Seren. I miss those days.
My brother Chodala is about to do something foolish and dangerous. But by dusk, he's about to claim the title of the Nerevarine and try to unite the Ashlander tribes gathered here. He already convinced the Red Exiles to support him. He's using them to... Wise woman Dovrasi, the most respected counselor and spirit guide this side of Red Mountain. She went to the Cavern of the Incarnate to meditate on Chodala's claim. If she confirms my brother's assertion, agreed. But I dare not leave Chodala alone with the tribes. I feel the hand of Azura in all this. Go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and talk to the wise woman. I'll stay here and try to keep things under control until you... The cavern's to the northeast of Ald'Ruhn, on the other side of the mountain. Hopefully, the rumbling and lava won't slow you down too much.
Okay, so we need to go talk to the wise woman and convince her that Chodala, I think is his name, Chodala, whatever.
She won't refuse my claim.
This guy,
just in case,
wherever he
make
went,
sure the Red
is
Exiles are
not an ideal person.
word
He
is law,
plans
America.
to unite the tribes by... Oh, hell no. I ain't paying 305 coins for that shit. Anyway, he plans to unite the tribes through intimidation. And that doesn't seem to be the right way to go about it. So, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get the wise woman to think the right way about this. Luckily, I have done all this exploring, so I can fast travel everywhere. And hopefully that'll work out well for us. Okay, and it looks like she is up here in this cavern, so we're gonna see if we can get up there. And the woman said something about lava being an issue, so we might have to do some traveling around in the volcanic ash and such.
Rosie, where are you?
Oh shit.
Come back, Rosie. Rosie.
Sick of your shit. I'm getting my bear. And then it didn't even work.
Let nothing have happened to my poor Rosie.
Okay. Looks like it's up these steps.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was the wise woman.
But I sense you came for a different purpose.
She was getting her butt
Let's
beat.
talk inside the cavern.
Alrighty, so we're in here, and it looks like she's up here.
Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not. I'll do as you ask. Come here, Outlander. We must talk. It feels strange to talk to an Outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision. Words of truth from the mouth of an Outlander. Remarkable. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chodala is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim. Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodala's claims by comparing him to the failed Incarnates, that might do the trick. We thought the Incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the Incarnates to call forth their spirits. Return to Ald'Ruhn after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chodala's ambitions before they lead us to war.
Okay, so we need to find out what we can do to prevent him from thinking he's the whatever you want to call it. And anyway, these corpses here are considered flawed incarnates. So let's see what they have to say.
The Nerevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this, Outlander. The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refuse to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman that wisdom ignored is ignorance.
Okay, so this guy died because, this guy failed because he did not take advice when it was given to him. Let's see what this one has to say.
Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarines' return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azora urges. To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll.
Okay, so she died because, she failed because of wanting nothing but war. I'm taking those. And then, the last one's over here. Oh, that's a cool shield, but I want this sword.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nerevarine, but were found wanting. The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to cooperate. So ask your question. Take my scroll and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land. But power alone won't save my people. In the end, it couldn't even save me.
Okay, so...
Mortal, let us speak.
Oh. So all these failed people, all of them, pretty much their flaws together make up this guy. So he's in some serious trouble.
I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarine. Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodola's claim. If she rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodola confident, reckless. Your instincts serve you well. Chodola's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Sothasil built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivek. Then go. Return to Ald'Ruhn and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodola's claim. And use what the Incarnate shared with you. Their failures point the way toward Chodola's downfall. But beware Chodola's power. He may not be the Nerevarine, but some greater agency has lent strength to his conviction.
Okay, so we figured out everything that we need to do here, and now we're gonna go back and convince the tribes exactly what advice they should take, and hopefully we won't get everybody to kill each other. So we're gonna go ahead and head back now. We'll just use the way shrines here. It'll be a lot easier for us. And hopefully everything works out and we can get this all figured out.
Thank the moon and star. You've returned.
Okay, so now we need to talk to Saren here.
The wise woman returned from the Cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodola's in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power. Ah, of course. Use the tales of the failed Incarnates to counter Chodola's arguments. That's brilliant. Well, except for one problem. An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course. Meet me inside.
Okay, so she's gonna speak on our behalf. And we're gonna use the scrolls to counter all of Cholada's... or Cholada, whatever his name is. The bad guy. We'll call him that, the bad guy. Or we'll be able to counter his arguments about why he's rising to power and everything. Alright.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the
Someone has
Nerevarine.
stepped forward to challenge your claim.
Saren, I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
Chodola puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine. That makes sense. I'll try that. This doesn't look right. Time to pick the correct scroll.
Sister, your confusion just confirms my claim.
Yes, that's... Incarnate, appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll... That makes sense. Incarnate, appear!
I thought the path to the Nerevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War
These
is
failed
not
incarnates prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
I think it's worth... Of course. Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodola, we deny your claim. You
This
are
proves
not
nothing!
the Nerevarine.
Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nerevarine! Red exiles, slay
no!
the unbelievers!
Flank now!
Okay, so it didn't work out in our favor. The guy still got angry at us, and because of that, he ran off and threw a big giant fit, and now these guys are attacking us, so we need to go stop him. Looks like everybody else ran too. Oh, there's more of them? Oh, here they are.
Circle around!
To the side!
For Chodola! For the Nerevarine!
Oh god. Get him, bear. Alright, awesome. So, now we need to go after Seren and her brother. Okay. So it looks like
Go to my hut and
we need to
get my
follow her
healers.
down
I
here.
hate what
Now.
my brother's become.
Right away, wise woman.
Mortal, I would have words with you. Chodola has been revealed as a failed Nerevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action. As long as he wields the staff, he shall be unstoppable. Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek, that pompous usurper, grows increasingly weaker. As much as I deplore him, Vivek cannot fall to Chodala's vile magic. There's another power at work here. One I can't quite put my finger on. Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek, and pay heed to my faithful vessel, Saren. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
That was exhilarating.
Okay, so Saren just was named champion of the moon and star or whatever by Azura. So we now need to head back to Vivek City and to Vivek's palace, and hopefully he's not dead yet. Hopefully he's still going strong. He was sitting on the bench the last time we checked into seeing how he was doing, so this time he might be laying down. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, we're back. And we're at the palace now. We just need to get inside really quickly and see what's going on.
I don't like the looks of that sky.
Okay, he's still sitting, but he's struggling.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky, at least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me? How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sotha Seal's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality. Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution.
Okay, so now we need to talk to Tarvis again for further information on what we're supposed to do. So we'll do that in the next episode, but so far we figured out exactly who the culprit is, what they're doing, and how they're doing it, and we just need to figure out how to stop them and prevent this from happening, because if Lord Vivek falls, the rest of the city, and possibly Vardenfall itself will fall. So yeah, we'll see what else we can do in our next episode. So anyway, you guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions about ESO or about Morrowind or anything like that, just let me know and I'll get back to you on those. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.